Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And once again, going into the Heavenly Conquest Emils stage, which is very, very difficult. Not an understatement. This is the hardest stage we have ever received in the game thus far. Last time we took on the all magic team mission. Now it is time to take on the all physical team mission. So once again, in the missions tab, it is beat it with everyone alive at least 3 times, beat it with an all-magic team, beat it with an all-physical team, and beat it with 4 stars. The 4-star will be its own video that will release probably tomorrow, but today we're focusing again on the physical characters. And if you need a refresher, or you didn't look at the other video, and you don't know why this Emils is so difficult, it's because he's type neutral, which means you don't get a buff from your protector. He has got 1 million HP, he gives himself ults, he gives himself he stuns, he gives himself stun strike, he changes your orbs, he can heal himself, he can buff himself, and he negates pretty much all the fun gimmicks like vengeance and invincibility. So he has so much going on, and he hits a lot. Like, within a turn, he can hit up to 6 times sometimes. So he can just delete people's health bars at ease. So with that said, let's jump into the physical team runs. So before we jump in, editing Joker, I realize that in a lot of my clips I say full physical teams, even though the missions very clearly say 3 physical or 3 magic, so please pardon me in my speaking. I'm making all physical teams so that everyone's getting like the attack and defense buffs from the protectors, but you can mix and match as you want. You just need to get 3 physical or 3 magic if you want to get that mission done. Which you can do like 2 physical and 1 or 3 magic or some odd combination. We're gonna do mostly just all physical or all magic though. So if I say that, yes, it's wrong. I know what the mission says. I'm just making a team. Now the all physical teams get a lot harder because I tried New Year's Blessing and it can't cut it. It honestly, it cannot do it. I had a full DPS setup like Rimuru, Milim, Shinsha, Diablo for the giveaway and his crit resistance down, and then Temp Sleep Benimaru, and Rimuru did like 700,000 damage, and Emils has 1.8, so that's not great. I tried for quite a few times with that team. So we're bringing a stacking team. Primal Demons. We've got the heal charm on Violet, because we're going to be here for a hot minute, which means we need to keep people alive. So we've got Misery, Albus, Guy, Diablo, and we're going to nuke with Blanc. We have a lot of orb changing power here. It's just, can we keep everyone alive is the question. Alright, we're going to go at pretty quick speed because this takes a hot minute. Opening hand, 4 greens. It's not great, but we'll take it in hopes that we can get more blues next turn, and then realizing that he's going to change our entire hand means that there's really nothing going on here. But we can use Diablo's Convert, because he changes all greens, so we actually get to send all 6 blues, which is great. So boom, 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 and boom. We can use the 2 stacks of Blanc's free skills there. This hand would have been perfect, but it's going to get yoinked. So we are stunned with Guy, and he's kind of spread the damage out, which is your best case scenario. If we can take like a 1-2-2 or a 2-2-2 spread, that's pretty your best option. And we're just going to burn these oranges out, because I don't want to try and waste orbs here. That hand is a lot better, but Guy is literally almost dead because of the stun strike. If he had put 1 more hit on Guy, he would have been gone. But we can orb change here fully. We could use Violet. The heal charm kicks in and heals Guy up a little bit. We'll send this. We want an ult with Guy and an EX ult with Blanc, preferably. And if you can get an ult with Diablo, yeah, sure. Have at it. You don't need it, though, if you're going to do this correctly with Blanc. She will do enough damage. If she's duped. That's the thing, if she's duped. Which is why we brought a secondary DPS. But here, Guy has an ult, but I don't need an EX ult for him, and I want him gone, because I don't need him to take any more damage. So we'll full orb change between Misery and Diablo. We'll use Violet to heal Diablo a bit, and then we'll send this. We're going to get ulted next turn. Thankfully, it doesn't do too much. 4,000 damage isn't a lot, but the follow-up orbs are kind of a deal. So here, we're going to alt swap away. Boom. We'll bring Guy in for Diablo, because he's low on health. And I also want to heal Guy up with Violet. And then we'll orb change with him. We'll Violet, and then that allows us to use the extra alt swap. And we're going to double heal, essentially. So boom, and boom. So now Guy is over half HP. That's cool. Got a full hand. We'll use a couple more stacks of Blanc's skills to make her as strong as possible. And then we'll send this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After this turn, Emils is going to put up that ult yoink. So even if we wanted to, like, you could, because he only yoinks 1. But that spread of damage was pretty much your best case scenario, because no one died, but everyone's pretty low, which is also not great. And now we cannot nuke him until turn 8, because I'm confident that we would not kill him. So here, alt swap away, we'll send Guy gone, and then we'll take Misery out, because she's kind of low. We'll heal Blanc a little bit, cool, and then we'll send this, and this gets her EX ult, so she's ready to go, and we've got max points. Counters are not great, and we still have to burn off one more turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, Diablo is stunned now. Please don't hit Diablo. We've got a full hand of orbs and greens, which, if we had Diablo, it would be cool. But we also have Guy, so it's not a super big deal, and we're pretty much ready to go. So we don't need to actually orb change here. So we're going to send the blues to get points, and then pray that Diablo doesn't die, which he doesn't, which means we've won. So we'll use the Albus buff on these two, and then we'll bring Guy in, and we'll use his alt buff, which also gives us guaranteed crits, the physical buff, and then a couple more uses of Blanc's skills, and that's it. That's all the points we have available. So Diablo, Guy, Blanc, 287, 478, 1.9 million. So Blanc would have done it by herself, but in case your Blanc is not 120 with great gear, and you need some secondary damage to cut the HP down, you have these other two guys who can do okay damage, and at least lower his HP enough so that your Blanc would be able to kill. But that is the full physical team mission done, again with everyone alive. Alright, another full physical team, stacking blue again. This time it's the commander meta, and instead of bringing some other support damage unit, because we're going to have plenty of that, we brought Wind Lumi, because she's 1, a physical character, 2, an orb changer in case we get some weird orbs, and 3, she's a healer. Again, we have the heal charm on Renard to keep everyone else topped up. We just have a little bit extra insurance with Lumi now, which is actually going to make quite a big deal. So you could have also done that on the Primal Demon team. Instead of bringing Albus, you could have done someone else. And then you probably would have needed those other two alts, but this certainly works as well. Alright, so turn 1, we get pretty lucky right there. It's not only a Hinata orb change, but also 5 orbs for Lumi, which means that we can give Diablo 5 orbs, and we can get him started on getting his ult. He's going to be our primary nuking character. He's got his own attack buff and synergy power buff, so that's going to be really impactful. This hand, not great, but it's going to change. And we dodged the stun again, which is huge. So there's the heal. It'll kick over onto Shizu, so it's like almost she didn't get hit at all. And we're just going to burn out these orbs because we don't have a lot of points to use right now. And thank you for the counter. But we get another good Hinata hand, and again, Shizu's right back down to her HP cap there where she was last time. But Hinata orb changed, the Lord's Ambition, which would deny his stun if we had it already applied. So that's something to keep in mind for like the future. In case, but we're actually going to send Shizu out of here, and we're going to bring Lumi in, so we can heal whatever damage we take next turn, because we're going to have points now. And we just, now we have an ult for Hinata. That's good. She'll be our secondary DPS. Interesting hand right there, but we are going to heal because it's fairly cheap right now. And then we'll bring Shizu in for Lumi. We'll use her orb change, and then we'll bring Glenda in and use the alt swap and orb change for Hinata. And that is all the points we can use. And then the heal can top up Hinata. So this works out really well. Like, yes, Shizu is quite low, but she's in the back. She can't be hurt right now. So boom, that kind of sucks. Now we have 2 alts. We're looking pretty good on them. we can alt swap away here, and then do the exact same thing. But now we can bring Shizu in, use her orb change, and we can also get a stack in, which will start healing Shizu up passively, and then we can send her away again. And then next turn, we'll be able to heal with Lumi again. So this is probably the best way to run these kinds of teams. Just bring a healer, whether it be Trainee for magic or Lumi for physical, or you could bring Ramaris, Octogram Ramaris if you have her. But here, the stun attack is incoming, and if we had applied Lord's Ambition, if he had tried to stun Diablo, it wouldn't have worked. But we're just going to not worry about that right now. So orb change, boom, we've healed, and then we'll bring in Glenda to, again, alt swap away. This will get Hinata and Diablo, well, okay, it'll get Hinata's EX alt and Diablo very close. So boom, alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hinata is stunned. Not a big deal. Like, yes, she is one of our orb changers, but thankfully the orb RNG worked out, and we only need Shizu's orb change. So we're going to heal Hinata a bit here, because Shizu's now pretty topped up because of all the times we've been healing her with Renard. The weakness strike that we're stacking with Renard means nothing to this team, because we're type neutral, so that doesn't matter. But the alt resistance down does matter. So it does work fairly well. Now it's turn 8, the alt yoink is gone, we have 2 EX alts, we're ready to go. So Glenda's buff to activate Synergy, and then we'll bring Shizu in, and we'll activate every other buff, and we can also orb change with Hinata, I guess, because we have some leftover points. Get one more stack of Renard for the extra weakness, or extra alt resistance down, and then Hinata's alt does 900k, and Diablo does 1.9k. So Diablo, again, would have done that all by himself, but if your Diablo is weaker, then you have a secondary DPS in Hinata who can cut his HP down a little bit, making room for your Diablo alt. But another all-physical team with everyone alive. Alright, and the last team for today is going to be a 4-1 mix of physical and magic, but it's going to be the New Year's Blessing team. And this was the hardest run to do out of all of these, because without bringing the hero and bringing like the free-to-play Diablo or some other unit, we just don't have enough power. Like, straight up, we don't have enough. So the hero, while I'm not a super big fan of her on her own team, she really helps us team out, because we're already doing crit and synergy. So by adding Pierce, that's just the 3 big-time buffs, which is what the Divine General team should have done. But this team can get it, you just need a lot of good RNG to get it running. So, turn 1, we actually kept resetting until we got a good hand. So a full orb change with Benny Maru can give us a 6-handed blue. Since he's got the 30% increase on blues instead of normally 10, this gives us a double protector turn 1, which is great. And now we just have to make sure that one character who is important is not stunned. So here, we left Rimuru in because I generally get some good luck with getting his orbs on turn 2 when the change happens over, and that doesn't really happen here, so we're just going to burn this turn out, essentially. We'll send Rimuru to the back, because I'm going to try and bring him in for the hero next turn, because she's got 3 orbs guaranteed, because the 2 here and the 1 that's incoming, and we're just going to send these green orbs and build up some extra points. Turn... Ow, 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 ow. Thankfully, they didn't hit the hero too much, so she didn't just immediately die. So we're going to get her out of there, and now we can Rainbow Orb change these, and normally Xion wouldn't be able to convert 4 blues, but they're going to be 2 of them are rainbows now. So we're going to do the Future Hand of Oranges, the Rainbow Orb change, and Rimuru's 2-turn attack buff. The Weakness Strike doesn't do anything here, because we're not type advantage, but the attack buff does, and we want to apply that now, because we need points. So we'll send this. This gets him very close to an alt, which is going to be good. I wish it got him his full alt, but you can't win them all. And then we're going to try an alt swap with Shinsha, and hopefully we hit Rimuru, which it does not. So, what we're actually going to do is we're going to bring the hero in and rewind now, which will give us that 30% alt rush, which on her own team, not important. On burst teams like this, can be very impactful. So rewind 30% means that this one Rimuru orange orb can get us his EX alt, and since we've already swapped the Shinsha alt, we don't need to worry about that, and we also get her EX alt because we have 3 oranges there, alongside the alt rush ability. So now on the rewind turn, this kicks in, and then we can just send Rimuru away. Like, he's ready to go, and we'll bring Benimaru in, and then we'll use the Pierce buff. And because we don't need to do anything else in this turn except use the Pierce buff, we can actually hold some points, use Shion, which means that we have another one guaranteed for turn 5, and then we can send this, and Shinsha's going to do decent damage because she's got everything now. Crit, Pierce, and Synergy. Technically everyone does up here, but she's got, she's stronger. So now we have 109 points, which means 139 points. Thankfully the hero does not die, and we've got an EX ult for both Shinsha and Rimuru. So we can go ahead and bring Rimuru in for the hero. Boom. We'll use the physical buff, which will hit everybody, but then we're going to take Benimaru out because we need the synergy buff and ult resistance down from Milim. And then we can use the physical crit and ult damage. So now we're ready to go. We've got full buffs on Rimuru, most of the buffs on Shinsha minus the Pierce, and then the follow-up orbs. Shinsha 397, Rimuru 1.3 million damage. So that is still, with at least three physical characters done, everyone is alive, and I think that's going to do it for today's video. So if you have any other physical teams that were able to get this done, that were not the 3 that I showed, please put it in the comments below so other people can see that. But that's it for me. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.